YouTube, under here another video. Hey, we still got the courtship, bro. We on the final part, bro. The final part. We just gonna go all in it and just watch the last 27 minutes or whatever. But look, man, it's been getting good. I really enjoy this story. Like I said in the last video, man, this has been a good movie, to be honest, bro. Like they should have put this on in the theaters. Like this is good. But before we get into this, make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all comment and like the video, and let's finish off this video, man.
In the days and weeks as it turned out ahead.
I mean, the media made it out like it was something, but it didn't matter to me what Isaiah or Dennis Rodman said, and it still don't. It has no bearing on what I do in my life.
He doesn't see race. He really doesn't. And he could have.
So now he got some new competition. The Bad Boys. You already know what that was about, man. He was on Magic Johnson. Now he on the Pistons. Let's see.
Poor white in southern Indiana. Southern Indiana, the home, by the way, of the modern Ku Klux Klan. How he managed
what in the world
by the cultural milieu that he grew up in is, I think, a miracle. To me, it's inexplicable.
I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of crazy just to see. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's just crazy to see right there.
When I was in about 6th or 7th grade, I couldn't wait till school to be over because I knew over on the courts, the waiters from the hotel would be over there. They were black, older, and they let me play. You know, I always looked at that as I got an opportunity to play against a black man, and they treated me good. I couldn't wait to play against the best, and at that time, they were the best.
And in 1987, as Bird vied with Magic to be the best, the flap over Isaiah Thomas's racially fueled remarks forced Bird to address his least favorite topic at the worst possible time.
I had to go to a press conference when I was in LA trying to get ready to play the Lakers and tell people I didn't care. This don't bother me.
The main thing is if the statements or whatever was said doesn't bother me, I don't think it should bother any of us.
From playing all
Thank you, Larry Bird. We needed somebody like you, bro, around that time, bro. Thank you. Why are we focused on everything else but what's going on? Basketball. Keep it basketball. Thank you, Bird.
They're trying to get back to the finals and play against Magic. This was a distraction.
Bird was facing off against Magic for the third time in 4 years. And if their relationship had softened, the determination to beat each other had not.
Hey, good lay. And one.
Game 4 proved the level of competition between them was higher than ever.
Bird played awesome down the stretch of that game.
Trailing 2-1 in the series, the Celtics were down by 1 point in the final minute of the game.
Oh, boy. Final minute. Let's see. Let's see.
But Larry Bird wouldn't be easily vanquished.
Open is Ainge. Bird goes for three.
Ooh, why would you leave Larry Bird open in the corner? Look how open he was. First of all, where's Magic Johnson at? What are you doing, bro? This play is on Magic Johnson. Look where he at. Who you guarding?
Open is Ainge. Bird goes for three.
He just running everywhere. Larry, Magic.
7 seconds left, though. The Lakers still had life. 3 years earlier in the '84 finals, Magic had flubbed a similar situation. But this was a different Magic.
This is Irvin right here, boy.
My man switched to Kareem, and Kevin McHale jumped out to me. As soon as I saw Kevin, I said, oh, I'm taking him.
You know, Magic puts it on the floor, a couple head and shoulder fakes, and he raised up in the air.
Kareem been in the lab with you, Brody. God damn, you hit him with a hook.
And there was nobody that was going to get that shot.
I feel like even if he would have missed, Kareem would have saved it. Look who's in the paint. Kareem definitely would have saved that, but that was a beautiful hook on 3. Wow.
I remember
2 seconds left.
I'm out thinking there's still a shot here.
Right.
Celtics may still win this game.
And y'all know who they giving it to.
Bird walked Worthy all the way up, forced the denial all the way up.
We've done it before. Clear everybody out, go to the ball, and break to the corner.
He caught it here, and as he caught it, all he had to do was turn. And just turn, and he just let this thing go.
Bird fires it.
Got a wide open look, I couldn't believe it.
And I'm standing right there. It is straight as an arrow.
Dead on.
Ooh! He missed it. Larry Bird missed it, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That was probably by far one of the best shots he could have taken that game. And that would have been for a game. Bro, that's crazy.
Lucky, because it was right on line.
That was a good shot.
Look at me like, how did you ever leave me that wide open?
You gotta be kidding me.
Damn. Look. Ooh.
Change the whole
This
series.
much.
The Lakers won the series in 6. And in the aftermath of a year in which Magic had won his first MVP, the rivalry suddenly took on a new tone.
Magic's just a great basketball player. He's the best I've ever seen, you know. Unbelievable. I don't know what to say.
So Magic got another one up on him now. Because I think they seen each other, what, 84, 85? And it's their third time? Hey. And Magic still got the college, hey.
I was shocked that he said it, because I thought
Damn.
to myself, maybe this is the beginning of a new era that's not going to include him. It was the passing of the torch a little bit.
After vanquishing Bird in '87, Magic wasn't done winning. The following year, he squared off in the finals against his good friend Isaiah Thomas and the Pistons, beating them to become the NBA's first repeat champions in 2 decades.
Damn.
By the dawn of the 90s, he'd won 5 titles, played in 8 finals, and equaled Bird's MVP tally of 3.
Damn, Magic Johnson was on a roll, wasn't he? Bro, 8 finals and he won 5 of the 8? Jesus Christ. Do y'all got Magic over Larry Bird? No, real life question. Do y'all got him over Larry Bird? Because I mean, the papers show it. Let me know.
But the more Magic won, the less Irvin seemed to be around to reap the spoils.
Once I tasted the champagne and the championship, I wanted more of that.
Right.
And more of that. So Magic kept growing because we were successful. And the persona and all of that came with that.
The Prince of LA was now the king. And in Hollywood, being royalty had its perks.
Wow. What was Irvin Johnson's vice? Now, you know, my publicist wants me to say winning. But women loved Irvin.
Back then, before voicemail, they used to have these mail slots in the hotels where you leave your key. And when we get into a town, Irvin's mail slot would be so packed, and it would be just Susan and a phone number, Linda and a phone number, Joyce and a phone number. I mean, that was every city, every time.
Damn.
I was on top of my game as Magic, so I needed all that around me at that time. The women, the this, the that, Hollywood.
He was so used to it.
Magic was living in a context of sybaritic excess from the minute he woke.
Imagine social medias around this time. Boy Magic with boy.
Walked in the door, and he developed a sweet tooth for it.
Sex with several women at the same time.
Yeah. Like I said, women have different fantasies. Some want to be with 2 or 3 at a time. You know, one time I had 6 at one time. That's
Damn.
I really do believe he looks upon Magic Johnson as a movie character he played. I think Irvin got overwhelmed in LA by what it meant to be a star.
That's probably true that the Magic ego swallowed Irvin a little bit, but that's okay because I couldn't win 5 championships without that.
Without Magic.
All this haze of women and money and fame and fortune, he still kept basketball at #1. He never seemed to lose that focus.
Why would he? Oh, I'm paused that at the wrong time. But why would he though? He been doing basketball his whole life. He know what this come with.
Larry had two jobs his last 7 years of playing. It was playing basketball, and then it was him being committed to taking care of his back.
He had first heard it in 1985, building the driveway at his mom's house back in French.
Bro, that driveway, bro, that is the biggest driveway I've seen in a minute, bro. Especially like from this household, like, bro, why do we have a football field as a driveway right here?
Larry decides to do it himself.
You crazy.
Bird, the superstar, out there breaking his back, literally shoveling gravel. And that was the beginning of a process.
I would see him on TV laying down, and then they told me that he had to lay down on planes, different things like that. And I was like, wow.
As Magic soared through the prime of his career, Bird was breaking down.
Oh, shit. And that happened on top of that? So you telling me Bird couldn't even sit up like this? I'm sitting down in the chair? That's crazy.
His deteriorating back,
damn,
and punishing style of play, proving an excruciating mix.
From 88 to 92, it was painful to watch. It was painful to cover. Larry is quite ornery when he's not feeling well, which means he was ornery for those next 4 years.
He could manage the pain in a way that very few people can do. There'd be days he could come in the office and he couldn't stand up straight.
But even after 2 ruptured Achilles tendons and surgery on his back in 1990.
Wait, 2 ruptured? Whoa, wait, what?
But even after 2 ruptured Achilles tendons.
Damn, bro, whole body was dysfunctional. Like, what in the world? And he was still balling, though. That's the crazy part about it. From the head, from the eye, the back, to the legs, he was still working.
And surgery on his back in 1991, Bird kept going to work.
Damn.
Product of a lesson learned many years before, seeing the swollen ankle of a man long since gone.
Well, we don't know if it broke or not, but it looked broke to me. Had to go to work and he had to get his boot on, and it took everything I had to help him get that boot on his foot. And he stood up limping, and he says, well, I'll see you this weekend, because he was working construction at the time. And I was pretty amazed how he could fight through that all week, then come home on the weekend, and it was black and swollen, and he'd sit around on the weekend and put that boot on and go again.
Yeah.
If you get paid to go to work, you got to go to work.
It was a situation that he was seeing almost daily. He had lost the structural stability in his spine, so it would slip into abnormal positions to try and lock itself to get an artificial.
Damn, angle, this making my back. Damn, shit. Come on.
That's like getting your finger stuck in a door and somebody's still pushing on the door. So what we had to do was unlock his spine, realign it, do techniques that would hold that for 4 hours, 6 hours, that type of thing, and then he'd go play basketball.
Wow. See, I mean, I didn't know all this. Like, bro, you had to readjust his spine? Like, every time he played basketball? Bro, that is tough. That's a tough lifestyle. Because he still wanted to play ball, so this is what he had to do. But how do you readjust somebody's spine like that, though?
Every time I would play, I was wondering if I was going to be in a wheelchair. Was I ever going to be able to, you know, walk on the beach or hold my kids?
His pain and his quest for basketball became all-encompassing. Very few people really knew what Larry was living with.
Oh my God.
Because this was Larry's issue, and there was no sharing of his pain.
You know, I probably should have retired in 88, 89. But it's that competition. Maybe one more chance, and Magic to get together in the finals.
One more chance.
I'm sleeping, really, laying down, just waiting on the game, and the phone rings, and the voice says, "Hey, you gotta come back to LA." And I said, "Okay, why?" "Well, I can't tell you until you get to LA." So I said, "Okay."
2 hours later, he was in the office of Lakers team physician Michael.
Wait, hold on, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I still can't believe Larry Bird was going through all this. Like, when I used to watch the other videos, I knew that he shoveled and broke his back or whatever, but like, damn. He was really broken down.
Melman.
Dr. Melman, and he starts to tell me that, you know, through the physical that I took, that they discovered that I had HIV.
Ooh. Ooh. So now they both going through some. Jesus. HIV? Oh my God.
First time ever in my life. I'm such a control freak, right? And do things the right way. I'm out of control.
Damn.
Oh, it was everything. How is it possible? What happened? How did it happen to me? And my mind is racing, you know, and then you're just devastated.
Further complicating things, Magic had gotten married just 2 months earlier, and he feared the worst for his new bride, Cookie, who was pregnant with their first child.
I don't know what's going to happen with my wife and my baby. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't have control of the situation, and I was lost just for that next 2 or 3 weeks.
And after Magic learned neither his wife nor his unborn child were infected, he began revealing the news to his inner circle.
That's good.
The phone rang, and it was Magic's agent, Lon Rosen. And he said, Irvin's looking for you, call him. And I said, I'll call him when I get to Paramount. And he says, call him now. I said, Lon, I'll call him when I get to Paramount. I'll be there in 20 minutes. And he said, you got to call him now. Irvin's HIV positive. I remember I was sitting on the bed. I remember standing up at that point. And I said, how is that possible?
That's Magic, bro. Magic was going crazy. Yeah, that lifestyle he wanted to live. Hey.
I'm thinking Irvin's gonna get skinny and die. I mean, literally, that's what I thought. Irvin's gonna get skinny and die.
The first person I thought of was Larry. I wonder what Larry thinks.
Oh. Shit, Larry got his own problems. Larry Bird broke it down. They both got something to deal with for the rest of their life.
The day that I heard about Magic, it just sort of changed my love for basketball.
Yeah.
It shook me up. You know, you get that feeling, probably the same type of feeling I had when my father died.
He wants to understand why, you know, how can I talk to him? How, I need to speak to him. It was just really important for Larry to talk to him.
You know, it's sort of, I don't know. I wanted to hear it from him. Probably didn't believe it.
Calls me and we're talking. You know, it's just, how you doing? I heard about it, and you can almost hear both of us with some tears in our eyes.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This deep, bro. Like I feel connected to the story. Like this is deep. Like, do y'all feel like, I ain't gonna lie, bro? Damn, bro. They both going through something crazy, bro, and they ain't even been in the league 10 years. 11 years, bro. Whatever. Damn.
And I'm choked up because he did call me, and you know, when something happens, to you,
damn,
and then you find out who really your friends are.
True.
And people who really care about you.
Damn, Larry Bird called. He instantly was like, I gotta talk to my partner, bro. Like, this is serious. Respect, bro. That's real respect, bro.
You figure all those battles,
loving
all
each
those
other,
things we had to go through as warriors, as competitors, and as men. And here this man says, hey, you know what, man, you're okay.
Right.
And so that was the greatest moment for me.
That's all we need in the world, bro. If we could call each other and check up on one another, bro, that's bro, that means a lot. It's something that's small you can do. Take like 2 minutes out your time, bro. Literally, bro. Hey, you okay? Bro, that makes somebody so happy, bro. Just checking up on them. Just knowing that they being thought about, bro. Because you don't know what people going through.
Too, you know, to have him check on me.
Wow.
And to make sure I was okay.
First of all, let me say good late afternoon. Because of the HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers today.
It's the only press conference I've ever been in where I've seen reporters cry. I mean, we thought this guy was in total denial.
I plan on going on, living for a long time, bugging you guys like I've always have.
We thought this smile was going to be wiped off his face forever, and he was going to die, we're going to watch him die in public.
I just remember in the room, he was joking, and I'm sitting there looking at him crying, and he's like, "Coop, man, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay." It's gonna
And that's
be
a blessing because he's still here. Right with Larry Bird. They still here to tell their story and live on.
Right.
I am going to go on, I'm going to beat it, and I'm going to have fun.
Sure, come on. You're going to beat this? And to him, it was a contest. Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, AIDS and Magic Johnson, it's same thing. It's just a different game, different rules, but I'm still going to win.
He wasn't planning on going nowhere. Irvin was planning that day to find the right medicine, to eat right, get rest, and live forever. That's what he was planning.
Thank you again, and I'll see you soon.
But as Magic put up a positive public face, his nemesis, still out of sorts, shed the mask he had hidden behind for years.
He was visibly like, wow, how could that happen? You know, it really set him back.
Probably the two toughest days I've had since my father passed away, and I've been very depressed and sort of been out of it.
I listened to him talk in this press conference about how devastated he was, and I remember thinking to myself, you know, goddamn, Larry found Irvin.
You know, just out of the blue, something like that happening. It's just, I've never had, other than one other instance, and I was hoping I'd never see that again, because I remember how I felt weeks after that.
Right.
And yesterday was just a sad day.
And at his game that night, Bird was forced to confront pain he couldn't so easily play through.
You can see it in his face.
First time ever. And really last. I remember we played in Atlanta. Had no feel for the game, you know. This wasn't a good time to be out there. Never had that before.
That night he threw a pass. I'll never forget, he threw a half-court pass behind his back for a layup. And if you blurred your eyes, you squinted your eyes, it looked like magic. And that was Larry saying goodbye.
That, I mean, if he really did that for Magic Johnson, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. He could have easily threw a regular pass, but he decided to do it behind the back for a reason. Wow, this is emotional, bro.
This competition thing is amazing. What it does to you. What you put your body through and what you do and what you say and how you feel, and knowing that he's not there wouldn't feel right. But I think it's all them years that, you know, what's he doing? What if he's practicing this hard? I bet he shot 500 shots a day and I didn't get 500 in. It's always that mind games.
Bird played through the 91-92 season, his last in the NBA. But a part of him was already gone.
I kind of feel that, bro. Especially if you came in the league with somebody like that, bro. College to the league, and from there on out, like, we've been battling to see who's on top, because we know we the best. I feel Larry Bird for that. I feel him. Who you going up against? Your mindset different now. I feel that.
Didn't check the papers anymore. You know, it didn't matter.
Damn. You ain't even check the papers for Jordan, though? You feel me? It's a new sheriff in town.
Don't want to compete, you know. But it wasn't the same.
I feel that, though.
It really wasn't.
Yeah. Tragic.
With the exception of that year when he was called Tragic Johnson because on the basketball court, things didn't shake down properly. This is the first time I'm hearing ignorance hatred, vicious, nasty things.
But why though? He out the league. Why y'all still worried about Magic Johnson? You feel me? Said his farewells. He's done. Let him live on.
With some of my former teammates who had their own little things that they were talking about and why this happened to me.
You know anybody else that's heterosexual that got it? Come on, man. You in denial. I've been called gay, faggot, Irvin's lover. I've been called all that shit.
Lon Rosen got a call from Isaiah Thomas asking, you know, I keep hearing Magic's gay. And Lon said, well, for crying out loud, you know better than anybody he isn't. You're one of his best friends. And he said, well, we don't know what's going on in Hollywood. And the fact that Isaiah was questioning why he got this, I think it was really, really hurtful to him.
Yeah. But before then, it was Magic Johnson. You feel me? 10 guys, 200 women. That was the Magic that we was looking at.
He used to say, you know, I don't want people to stop shaking my hand and giving me my hugs. He loves to be loved. And that's what bothered him the most, that people would change in relationship to him.
He would show up at the Lakers facility to work out and to shoot some baskets, and he'd try to engage his teammates and say, hey, you want to play a little one-on-one before practice? And, oh, geez, no, I can't. I got to go get taped. Or, oh, geez, I got work to do. I got to do something else.
Oh. But, like, bro, what, bro? You not going to get it just by playing one-on-one with Magic Johnson? Bro, this is an image thing, bro. Damn. But you were just buddy-buddy with him. Years ago, winning championships, remember? Damn. Hey, y'all better watch out who y'all get close with, bro. People will switch up on you quick. Are you a small circle and live on?
The worst thing of all of this, that I couldn't play basketball. I don't even think dealing with HIV. It was I couldn't play.
The game, the surroundings was his whole world. That's his personality. When you take that away, you know, you're hurting. I knew he was hurting in a big way.
The only sex is safe sex, and that's no sex.
As basketball went on without him, Magic performed ably in his new role as HIV educator and spokesman.
I'm helping every way that I can.
But he still pined for the arena, which had made him a star. So when he was invited to play in the 1992 NBA All-Star Game,
Oh, he was? Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Y'all did good with that one. Wow.
he jumped at the chance, promptly stealing the show and winning MVP honors.
Wow.
That was just a warm-up. For the encore, Magic had up his sleeve.
He's not done yet because we're going to go to Barcelona and bring back the gold for everyone here in the United States.
Thanks, Larry.
For the first time ever, NBA players would be competing in the Olympics. And Magic, armed with a message, was not about to miss the show.
It would have proved to people.
So they still kept Magic Johnson involved even though he wasn't on the Lakers. That's nice. That's nice.
You were not going to get the disease playing against me.
That's what I'm saying. I just said that. Like, how does that even work out? Are y'all educating yourself? How does that even work out? Just because you touch the same basketball as them, that means you're going to have the same diseases, some infections, them? Like, that don't make sense.
So for me too, personally. You know,
if that was the case, everybody would be sick.
It was a way.
Hold on, I'm going to run that back, see what he said.
Too, personally, you know, it was therapy. It was a way to say, man, yeah, you get to do this one more time.
Yeah.
There was also one other perk.
I think playing with Larry was very important. That's something they talked about. I mean, he was going to be on the dream team. He was going to be with Michael. He was going to be with Barkley. But he was going to play with Larry.
Magic kept saying to him, I just want to get you out on that court one more time. Let's just have one more sequence like we had all the way back in 1978. But it was interesting that with Magic being the one that was HIV positive, he felt great. He was in the best shape of his life.
I got a smile on my face.
He had worked so hard to make sure he didn't go there as a token player. And here was Larry, who couldn't even practice, who could barely move.
Wow.
But you know what? Didn't matter. We were still together.
That's the buzz. Still, man, we're going to end it off together, man. We started together, we're going to end it off together. That's nice. Hey, come here.
And when he got his opportunity, he switched a few.
He called out Larry too. Hey, real friend, bro.
Who's taking the last shot with the game on the line?
Larry. Oh, shit. Hey, Jordan. Jordan. Michael Jeffrey Jordan taking the last shot. But if it's between them two, I'm choosing Larry Bird all day. I mean, give Magic the ball to facilitate the play. Boom, dish to Larry Bird, green light.
Got my opportunity. I still was Magic.
Oh shit, boy.
Back together in Barcelona. But it took just one glance outside their hotel's front door each morning for them to see that as far as they had come, they were as far apart as ever.
The only way you walk out that door if you wanted attention. But I asked this guy, I know, how can you get around this? There's got to be a way.
Positive minds, bro. You got to beat the negative with positive. I keep saying that, but it's true. Y'all gonna go through obstacles. Y'all gonna go through hate comments, whatever. Yay. Put a smile on your face. It's gonna be good. It's always gonna be good.
Lo and behold, there was a side door. You can go wherever you want. I was gonna tell him about it, but seeing that smile on his face, the closer you got to that front door, come on.
And you just uplift other players, like other people around you. Your smile, once they see your smile, they be like, why is he smiling? Oh, he happy. Why am I not happy? You know what I'm saying? That's what I bring to the table as a friend too, man. I always want to see everybody happy. Always put a smile on my face. If you know me personally, you know I'm a jokester, bro. You feel me? I want to make everybody around me laugh. Laughter is life for me. So that's just what it is.
He didn't want no side door. You know Irvin. You go right in the middle of them.
Turn the long way, sweetheart. There you go.
I'm going out the front because that's who I am. I don't go out the back. I don't go out the side.
That's not me. If you want to go somewhere in a hurry, there's a door that leads you there, and I found it.
I respected him for that. And so, hell, I would try to find a slide door for him. And we never tried to change each other. That's what made this relationship great.
One of my pet peeves always is when people say, oh, Michael Jordan saved the NBA. Bullshit.
In the 90s, he did. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely Magic and Larry Bird, for sure. But on top of that, Jordan for sure did. For sure did. I mean, we got to accept the fact. He definitely added way more, or not probably even close. But, I mean, shit, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson definitely dominated the 80s, run that attention to the NBA. Then Jordan just kept it going further.
Bullshit. Magic and Larry saved the NBA.
Fact.
That's who saved the NBA. Magic and Larry.
Fact.
Magic and Larry. Bird and Magic. To the millions who once watched them, now more than ever, they are inseparable. A pair of athletes thrown together by the cosmos to compete. A pair of men who discovered a bond in the midst of that competition. Decades removed from the height of their rivalry, their bond endures. Two impossibly different men with a connection only they can fully grasp.
It's almost like a private little club, and only the two of them are in it. And every once in a while, they need to show up to have a reunion and pay their dues to each other. But they don't need the day-to-day contact that most friends need. It's just not that kind of relationship.
But I always get this good feeling when I know I'm going to see him, because he makes you feel good. You know, he really does. He's unbelievable.
He's very private, but if he's your friend, man, you got a friend for life.
Yeah.
And Larry Bird is a straight shooter. He'll tell you when he don't like you. That's one thing I wish I could have from him, that he has that I don't have. I wish I had that.
I mean, he walked in here, this whole room would change, and maybe that's what I always wanted to be, but I just couldn't.
Damn, so they both had, damn, that's real sweet. That's real nice how that story went down. Let me see if it's some more. Damn, that's really like cold how that story went down, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm really like glad y'all recommended me this, bro. Like, I know y'all been saying this since for like a month now, so here y'all go. Here y'all go, man. Now give me something else to watch, man, because y'all know what to watch. Y'all know what to lead me to, so I'm gonna keep following and giving y'all what y'all want. Hey, we here. But man, this was very like emotional. This last part 4 was emotional. Like I feel connected to the story. Like after they got Larry Bird got injured, Magic Johnson got HIV positive. Like, bro, I was like, damn, like this shit getting real. And for them to put Magic Johnson back on the court, that was amazing. That was a blessing. It made everything good, man. But man, I enjoyed this. And if y'all enjoyed this much as I did, get a thumbs up. Subscribe if you new. Comment what y'all want to see. And man, we on to the next one.